everyone, and welcome to Kayla's Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. I hope that you had a really great big beautiful tomorrow and yesterday and today and everything in between. Basically, I just hope that your lives are great. And if not, well, then we always have Disney to turn to help lift our spirits and make us feel more magical. Now, today's video, I want to talk about the new Disney movie Zootopia. I went and saw it last week with my dad over spring break, and it was so good. So when I first heard about Zootopia, I didn't know much about it. I hadn't even seen the trailer, but I just saw like little bits and commercials for it. Like when I went and saw Star Wars, they had the scene with the sloth. And I thought it was funny, and I was like, this is cute, this is kid cute, but I wasn't super invested in it. I love Disney, all things Disney, but I was like, this is another like Chicken Little or Bolt, something like that. Like, they're good movies, but they're movies that I wouldn't really go see in theaters, and they weren't Disney's best, and that's just my personal opinion. If you really love those movies, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel compared to so many other Disney classics. I think that those were overlooked and just not as strong. Still good though. And so my dad asked me, my mom and brother were out of town, and my dad was like, what, do you want to go see a movie? And I was like, maybe. And I looked and I was like, Zootopia, you know, I think if I was going to go see a movie, I'd want to go see this. I want to hear about it because I'd heard it was amazing. And I did some research on it, and I found out that it is the most detailed Disney movie ever, and I think it's the most detailed animated movie ever. Like, there's a scene where like 6 little gerbils come out of these little chutes, and all 6 of those gerbils have more hair drawn on them than Rapunzel did in her massive hair. And they went through and they researched all the animals, and they hand drew every single piece of hair. Like, there was over like 2 million pieces of hair on Judy Hopps, the main character, who's like this small little bunny. So I heard it was incredibly detailed, and the story was beautiful and moving. And I had friends my age going to see it saying that it was a beautiful and moving story and very powerful. So I was like, all right, sign me up, let's go. So I went and saw it with my dad, and it blew me away. It was so good. You know, they had some, it was funny. You know, the characters were really sweet and lovable. Judy Hopps is the main character. It follows her story, and she's so cute, so sweet, and really beautiful. And then Nick Wilde is kind of the other protagonist. I'm not gonna give away any parts of the story because I really want you all to go see it. It's really good. But it was incredibly moving and very, very important to what I think is going on in our country today. There's a lot of discord between people of different race. There's a lot of discord between people of different political beliefs. And there's just a lot going on in politics right now that's kind of scary, kind of everyone's uncertain, you know, with the presidential race coming up. No one really knows who's going to run. No one knows who to vote for. And this is a Disney movie, of course, so, you know, it was different, but they definitely highlighted ideas of classism and racism and the idea of size of animal and carnivore versus herbivore. And it was really important, especially because the movie follows Judy Hopps, who's a police officer, and I know there's a lot going on in our nation right now that has to do with, you know, some people don't trust policemen, so, you know, police brutality that's happening, and I think it was a really, really incredible move on Disney's part to take this step and write this story that it wasn't controversial in any way, but it just kind of, you know, kids were like, gave kids the message that, you know, we should all get along, and adults left the theater kind of going, you know, it just, it makes you think, and not in a poking, pushing way in any way at all. So I don't think people of all political backgrounds and beliefs could go see this, and I think everyone would be left thinking, and in a very, very positive way. So I think that was an incredible move on Disney's part, and it was a really, really good movie. It was funny, it was sweet, and it was beautifully done, so I really recommend it, and I think everyone should go see it. So I also put that, like, possible Disney trip. And one last thing before I go. So I've been dream planning a Disney trip in May, and so I get out of school May 5th, and I really, really want to go to Disney again. because last time I went was last spring break with my brother, and before that I'd only gone one other time. And so I really, really want to go and experience all the new things that I didn't get to experience. I didn't even know when I went last time that you could get a fast pass. I just thought you had to pay for that. I didn't know. I had no idea. So yeah, you don't have to pay for fast pass. It's free. And so I didn't get to experience a lot of the stuff that I want to experience. So I've been planning a 4-day trip for myself, and I was just wondering if anyone had any tips and things like that. I'm saving up money. Hopefully it might happen. If it does, I'll give you all the details and everything, and probably vlog while I'm there as well. But if anyone has any tips for saving money, if anyone has any tips for discounts, things like that, I was planning on staying in Pop Century. I found a really great deal on a flight, and so I'm just trying to like figure it all out. But yeah, if anyone has any planning tips, I would love to hear them. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.